Hi everyone, it's Phil here, and I'm back for part 2 of my videos on HIIT. Now, in part 1, I quickly touched on what HIIT is and the benefits of HIIT. Therefore, now it is time to show you the 2 biggest mistakes people make with their HIIT workouts and how you can correct these mistakes today if you're also making these mistakes so that you really maximize every HIIT workout that you complete. So let's check out the 2 biggest mistakes people make with their HIIT workouts right now. 1. You aren't exercising hard enough. The first and biggest mistake people make when completing HIIT workouts is that they aren't exercising at a high enough intensity. Yes, they would do HIIT intervals as HIIT requires. However, the intensity of their work period just isn't high enough and they don't reach the required heart rate to derive all of the benefits that HIIT workouts provide. This is either due to a lack of knowledge and therefore not knowing the desired heart rate range that they should be exercising in, going through the motions aimlessly without any targets to aim for, or they are holding themselves back due to fear of injury or underestimating their capabilities. However, when it comes to HIIT, you must remember HIIT stands for High Intensity Interval Training. Therefore, as the name suggests, you should be exercising at a high intensity to gain maximum benefit from the workout. So this leads us to the all-important question. How do you know if you are exercising at a high enough intensity during HIIT? The first key in answering this question is knowing what heart rate percentage you should be aiming for, which for HIIT is between 80 to 95% of your maximum heart rate during your high intensity work periods. Therefore, you should be really trying to get your heart rate over 80% when doing your high intensity intervals. Otherwise, you just aren't working at a high enough intensity for HIIT. Now, knowing you should be exercising between 80 to 95% of your max heart rate and actually doing it in your HIIT workouts are 2 completely different things. Therefore, your next key, and the most important key of all, is ensuring you are reaching this target heart rate percentage during your HIIT workouts. And the absolute best way you can ensure that you are reaching these percentages is by using a heart rate monitor. It is the most effective thing you can do to maximize your HIIT workouts, because if your heart rate isn't over 80% of your max heart rate, you can step up the intensity, or you can change the exercise that you are doing for another exercise that enables you to get your heart rate above 80% of your max heart rate. Therefore, using a heart rate monitor is the best thing that you can do when completing your HIIT workouts. It is not only the best way to track your intensity during the workout, enabling you to increase the intensity if required, it is also the quickest and easiest way for you to monitor your heart rate during these high intensity bursts of exercise. So don't guess or assume you are exercising intensely enough. Instead, invest in a heart rate monitor and you will improve your workouts dramatically along with your results. Now, this brings us to the next question. How do you know what 80% of your max heart rate is? Firstly, you must find out what your maximal heart rate is. You can calculate this number by simply subtracting your age from 220. For example, if you are 35 years old, your maximal heart rate would be 220 minus 35, which equals 185. Therefore, 185 beats per minute is classified as 100% of your maximum heart rate. Then, to find 80% of your max heart rate, you just need to multiply 185 times 0.8, which equals 148. Next, to find 95% of your max heart rate, multiply 185 times 0.95 and you get 175.75. Therefore, 175 beats per minute is 95% of your max heart rate. This means that when completing high intensity work periods during your HIIT workout, you, if you are 35 years old, should aim to get your heart rate between 148 beats per minute and 175 beats per minute. And then it will naturally come down during your rest and recovery period before going back up again during your next high intensity work period. Repeating this cycle of high intensity and low intensity throughout your HIIT workout. This is a very simple way to calculate your max heart rate and target heart rate range. However, it is always important to note that these percentages and figures are just guidelines. You must always listen to how you feel and modify your workout accordingly. You must also listen to your doctor and follow their recommendations. These figures given are for healthy individuals without any underlying health issues. Therefore, you must always check with your doctor if this exercise is suitable for you. Now, if you don't have enough money to invest in a heart rate monitor, that is okay. Instead, you should work off your perceived rate of exertion, which during HIIT should be 8 or 9 out of 10, and you should therefore be working at a high intensity. Basically, during your work period, you shouldn't be able to do anything except the exercise and breathing. Therefore, you shouldn't be able to hold a conversation at all. If you are exercising this hard, then you'll be working within your desired heart rate range and you will be exactly where you want to be when doing HIIT. The second biggest mistake people make when completing their HIIT workouts is that they perform exercises that aren't suitable for them. This happens in a few ways, so let's quickly break down each one now. Firstly, some people will choose exercises that are currently too advanced or complicated. This unfortunately can lead to injury due to incorrect technique or being unable to maintain correct technique as the workout progresses due to fatigue. And we definitely don't want to be walking away injured from any of our workouts. Another reason choosing an exercise that is too advanced for you is a mistake is that despite your best intentions of working as hard as you possibly can, for some people, they would actually exercise at a higher intensity by choosing an exercise that isn't quite so difficult that they can do more efficiently and effectively rather than struggling through a harder, more advanced exercise. Therefore, when doing HIIT, it's not about choosing the hardest exercises to complete. Instead, you should choose exercises that allow you to move efficiently, with correct technique, and that enable you to get your heart rate into your target heart rate range. The opposite of this then also occurs, where people choose exercises that are too easy for them and therefore fail to get their heart rate up high enough. Once again, this is what we don't want when completing HIIT. You must always remember that HIIT is meant to be high intensity, so you must choose exercises that get your heart rate up over 80% of your max heart rate. Therefore, if an exercise is too easy for you and you are just cruising through your workout, you must change the exercise or physical activity that you are doing for a more challenging exercise that enables you to get your heart rate up over 80%. This once again leads me to the 3 points I look for when selecting HIIT exercises for clients. And you should also apply these 3 points when choosing the exercises you will be doing in your HIIT workout. You should choose exercises that allow you to move efficiently, with correct technique, and that enable you to get your heart rate into your target heart rate range. If you base your selections on these 3 points, you'll be choosing exercises that are suitable for you, and you will make the most of your HIIT workouts. So now that you know the 2 biggest mistakes people make when completing their HIIT workouts, make sure you check out part 3 of my HIIT videos, where I'll show you a few extra ways that you can really maximize your HIIT workouts. And if you have any physical limitations or joint pain, you definitely don't want to miss this video. So check it out right now. If you like this video and you want more, you know what to do. Hit that notification bell, subscribe and like, and you are going to get a whole lot more. However, if you want everything mapped out for you, come to philhartson.com, where you'll find my exercise programs, including at home and the gym programs, meal plans, including 4-week healthy eating meal plans, recipe books with over 380 healthy eating recipes, and a whole lot more. You will have everything you need to achieve your health and fitness goals. So thank you for watching, and see you next time.